it is not anything for you.
Because if you try to make decisions whilst you're desperate, matters of the self that people face on a daily basis, right? It's always about the negative, what is not working at the moment. The list of excuses that people will come up when they hear the word solitude.
What I want to talk about in this episode is, a lot of us say that we want good, we want success, whatever we term success to be, right? But yet still, we realize that you want success, but you want it to come to you easily. Yes, you want it to come to you easily. You don't want no form of obstructions, no form of difficulty, no form of setback, no form of disappointment. All you want is that you decide say you want something, and if it just come like that. But life don't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Whenever you decide that you're going for something specifically, right? If you notice, and I have seen this in my life over and over and over. Sometimes it makes me think to say, the universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, it is listening and it is paying attention. Just take the time out and decide, say, I am going to do this, and see if not long after that some form of disappointment is going to show up. Some form of challenge is going to present itself. And all along, nothing was happening. I mean, it wasn't so bad, but you're never pleased with it. You see, the moment you decide to be intentional about anything at all, obstacle will always present itself. But a lot of people see these obstacles, these disappointments, these setbacks as a sign to say that that's why I'm not supposed to do this. But in reality, that is not the case. In every story, the hero has to go through some form of trial, some form of temptation before he actually becomes the hero, or the one that everyone looks to, the one who comes around to save everyone. It is the same thing in your life, and that's what I've come to notice with myself. Whenever I decide to be intentional about a particular goal or something that I want to ascertain, I noticed whenever the challenges come, you tend to want to give up. But you see, if you persevere, endure, and be resilient and stick to what you want, lock in on the target and go towards it, you see, when you overcome that challenge, you see, when you come out victorious, you have a sense of confidence, you have a sense of accomplishment that no one can explain that feeling, because you went through it and you overcome it. And we have to be mindful that there's no way you want to have a success story and you don't have a story to tell. The story that you're going to tell, is the challenges. Nobody wants to hear. I mean, everybody knows that I want to hear you talk about your success, but what lead you to the success? What did you have to endure before the success came your way? You get me? What was your journey like? Because to me, in my opinion, success is not the best part of the story. The best part of the story to me is the journey. It is the journey. It's not where you start, it's not where you finish, but the journey. That point in between the start and the finish line, that is where the most satisfying story is. So, whenever you have your challenges, whenever you have your difficulties, don't just fall back into this negative or pessimistic mindset to say, that's why I should have never done this, or why is it that things have to be so hard anytime I am trying to do something that is productive. Listen, life you see, life is not just going to hand you the world like that. Life will never do that. Trust me. She's going to make you work for it. Life is going to make you work for it, because she wants to know if you are worthy of what you're asking for. So the next time when these challenges come up, man, you just need to take a breather and say to yourself, this is life testing me. And not even testing. You can look on it from another perspective to say that life is giving me a golden opportunity for me to prove myself that I am worthy of what I am going after. You see, it is a matter of perspective. You can either be an overcomer, a warrior, or you can be a victim and forever be in a state that you're unsatisfied with your life. I know that for almost all of my episodes I speak about the self, I speak about the mind. If people really understand how important the mind and the self is, every single dreams, aspirations, ambitions that they have, it would have played out in this reality. But you have to work on the mind. It allows you to see things from another angle. So back on topic. If you want good, old time people say, your nose have to run. You have to go through some form of trial. You have to go through some form of difficulty. Because the golden spoon part of it is that it is helping you to develop a thick skin. It is teaching you perseverance. It is teaching you resilience. It is teaching you confidence. It is teaching you how to be emotionally stable. It is teaching you how to be mentally tough. And the list goes on and on and on and on. But it all comes down to perspective. Yes, perspective, people. You have the ability to do anything that you want to do. All it takes is to know exactly what you want, make a decision, take actionable steps, be consistent, and persevere and be resilient when the difficult time comes, because they will come. It's not a if, it's not a but or maybe. Difficult times will come, the challenges will come along the way, but you have to have that grit. You have to have that mental strength and discipline to pull through, to focus, to be laser focused on what you want. So don't expect the journey to be easy. Don't expect the journey to be or to have less trials and challenge. Expect it to be tough, but expect to also learn from each and every one of these setbacks, difficulties and challenges. Once you have that type of mindset and that perspective, I guarantee you that anything you want, it could be a Benz, it could be a house, it could be a job, it could be a scholarship, it could be just some money to get your kids into school or to get something for your kids, anything at all. Once you have these tools that I'm telling you about, anything is possible. Believe me, I know this. I'm living it right now. I'm living it right now. So, as usual, I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. If you can, if this is a message that you can relate to, or you know someone who can relate to it, just leave a comment. Share your story. I would very much love to hear your feedback. Alright? And I hope the practical tips that I've given, you can use these in your everyday life to develop yourself, more and more on a daily basis. Yeah, man. And as usual, bless up yourself. Yeah, man. This is the Resilience Hub.